Hello, everybody, and welcome to another episode of One Mic Conversation with me, Skittzo, and my mother.
K. Sands.
And today we're going to go down, the normal stuff. Football picks, reactions, word of the day, dreams, goosebumps. Believe episode 5, Reader Beware. I believe that was episode 5, and we'll go through some other stuff. We'll also make our pick for tonight for Thursday night, and that is between the Titans and Steelers. So we'll make a pick out of that. So, how you doing today, Mom?
I'm good. It's a little chilly. You know what? Today is a good day for hot chocolate.
Yeah, exactly. Right now I'm having a tea, my second tea, and it's warm, still hot. But hot chocolate would be great today.
I like my hot chocolate with whipped cream.
Yeah? I don't like whipped cream. I like more of just the hot chocolate.
Oh, I like whipped cream.
So do you do like half chocolate milk, half hot chocolate, then other half whipped cream, or do you do most of it chocolate?
Well, I like
milk
my hot chocolate to be chocolatey. So when I make it, I'll put a little bit more of the chocolate powder in, or
do you do a whole thing? Do you do a whole thing of powder and then open up another thing and put more powder in?
Yes, if I have the packets, because I want it to be nice and chocolatey. And I also will add either a little bit of half and half or milk to it to give it a more creamy taste. And of course, the whipped cream that tops it off nicely.
But you use hot water, right? You don't use hot milk.
I use hot water when I do the packets, but like if I do Nestle's Quick or the Hershey's or chocolate syrup, I use the milk.
But you use cold. Are you talking about cold chocolate milk compared to hot chocolate milk, or do you use?
When I'm doing hot chocolate, if I use milk, it's either with the chocolate syrup or, like I said, the Nestle's Quick.
But that's hot. You're doing hot yes. Chocolate then?
Yes, you can make cold chocolate, but when I'm doing hot chocolate.
So what? You heat up the milk and then you.
Yes, you warm the milk. You don't boil it.
You use the stove.
Yeah.
You warm it up with the stove. You don't boil it, but you warm it up and then you. Okay.
Yeah, and with water.
Because there's some places that do that, I believe, right? Some places.
When I use there's packets of the chocolate powder, and there's a can, a bigger one, and I'll use water with that, and then I'll just top it off with whipped cream or
Do you do whipped cream also with the hot chocolate?
Yes.
The hot chocolate that you're using with milk too, so you do it both.
Oh yes. Without whipped cream, hot chocolate.
Yeah, but you also eat whipped cream right out of the bottle as well. I've seen you do that. You'll buy literally a whipped cream bottle just so you can eat the whipped cream from the bottle.
No, I don't put it in my mouth. I have fingers.
Yeah, but no, there's some times where you're right in your mouth. Occasionally, not all the time.
Yeah.
Maybe when you're trying to get the last of it out.
Yes.
But no, you do that. But yeah, I know you put it on a spoon or something. Put it on.
Yeah.
You'll sit there and buy a can of whipped cream. Just eat the whole can.
Well, I like it on certain pies. On pudding is nice Jell-O, or just by itself.
Yeah.
If I heard a person say, "Oh, I don't have a spoon," you know what I would call them? Amateurs.
Well, when it comes to eating whipped cream,
yeah.
Are you the type also considering do you eat mayonnaise by itself too?
No, I don't like mayonnaise by itself. Really.
But you have to.
I like it on eggs. I like it on sandwiches.
Mayonnaise to me is disgusting. It just looks. I cannot. It's the same thing with coffee with me. I cannot eat mayonnaise. It's just disgusting to me.
Coffee. Now I like coffee. I like my coffee, but at times I may have not put sugar in, and that is a horrible taste to not have sugar in, because I like half and half and my sugar.
You don't eat iced coffee. I've never seen you eat iced coffee.
No, I don't.
Did you ever try it before?
Yes, I don't like cold coffee. It's not the same as iced tea.
All right. So, well, that is true. Yeah. So, yeah, but today you're right. It is a good day for hot cocoa.
That and anything warm and comforting, soup or stew or...
I don't eat stew.
No, I don't like If I have stew, it would have to be like with the meat or chicken and some carrots and, some gravy. But I don't like when there's onions and everything else in it. I like a simple stew.
Well, speaking of, Gray, today is the month to be thankful. Because at the end of this month is Thanksgiving.
It sure is.
So, yeah. So, all right. So, this past week we made pits. And do you really want to go over them?
Yeah.
You really want to?
I don't know if I did as well as last week.
Yeah. Last week, I think you did really good. So, now we're going to go through all the picks. All right. Let me get the scores here. Okay. So, what's today? All right. Oh, wait. October. Okay, yeah, because it's the beginning of November. Okay, so let's see. I'm trying to match up the. Okay, yeah, this is it. Okay, so I'm gonna go over the scores as well. The Bills last Thursday. No, I think we went over the Bills, Buccaneers, and Bills on Sunday. So okay, we'll start off with the Jets and the Giants. The Jets won 13-10. The Giants lost, unfortunately. So that puts us each at okay. All right. So the Giants played a little bit, but Daniel Jones was already hurt. Tyrod Taylor got hurt, and last I heard he was still in the hospital. I thought. I'm not sure if it came out yet. So he probably not be playing, but they put in Tommy DeVito, but they didn't let him throw the ball at all.
No, I noticed
he ran
that.
constantly.
Yeah.
They just ran the ball constantly, and they didn't let him really throw. I mean, I understand that, you don't want another quarterback getting hurt or, you don't want to lose a game. But this past week he was coaching not to lose. But you're 2-6 or 2-5. I mean,
does it really matter?
Exactly.
You want to see what this person has. If you got your other quarterback,
he's a third string quarterback.
You got to find out.
And it's not a game where it's like, 20-10 where let him. It's a close game. Let him think and dunk to just see if he can get it anywhere. When they had fourth and 1 in Jets territory, but they chose to hit a field goal instead of running for a yard. I would have did the yard, because even if you don't get the first down, they have to start back there. But if you're getting a field goal, I think it pushes them up closer towards the other side of the field, which you don't want to do. And if you make the first down, the game's over.
Right.
I would have went for the first down. You are 2-5 at the time, I think. Now 2-6, I believe. Yeah. So I would have just went for it and let the other guy do. He's a third string quarterback. The other team defense don't know him really, because he's never played in a game. Well, he's played in a game, but not for the Giants at all. Only in preseason. So they could have.
If they tested him out, see how he was, they get an idea of how he would be for the next game.
Yeah, because you're 2-5.
Yeah.
You're not making the play. I mean, is it possible?
Yeah, you never know what this person has to offer.
Yeah, but is it possible to sneak into the playoffs? Possible.
We've seen the Giants do that.
Yeah, and we've seen other teams do it.
Yeah.
Start off bad and make it. But, I mean, he should have been willing, because you really have to see what you have.
Yeah.
I mean, I would have just went for it, see what happens. If you get it, you win the game. If you don't get it, again, the Jets are still more yards away from the end zone or to get a field goal.
Yeah.
But no, at the end of the game, or OT, was it overtime? They got into overtime, I think.
Yes, they did.
And then he kicked the field goal and the Jets won. So
yeah. But I hope if he has to play again, that
he might be playing this weekend.
And if he is, I hope they give him the chance to feel
they have no other choice, because if he plays this week, I mean, if the season's pretty much almost over, you might as well just let him play.
Yeah, because you got to see how.
And not only that, if you want to still make the playoffs, you gotta let him just go for it.
Yeah.
Because then when Daniel Jones comes back, what if Tommy DeVito actually is good and he makes a run? It's just to to not let him really throw downfield or really go for it, or it was just.
I'm sure he's probably watched. I would think how some quarterbacks are.
Yeah, well, he's a quarterback. He's probably
run with the ball.
Yeah, well, yeah, he's a quarterback, and he's played college, mostly in high school, so he understands probably the game. But it's not like you're like, seven. Oh, what was it? It's not like you're 6-2.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And a loss happens. All right, you're or 5-2, and if a loss happens, this is 2-5, and a loss happens, you're pretty much done. So I would have just went for it, see what happens.
Yeah.
All right. So let's see here. All right. So the next is Texans at Panthers. You had the Panthers. I had the Texans. Panthers won.
Yay.
So you got that one. All right. Okay. The next is the Rams at Cowboys. You picked the Rams, so did I. The Cowboys won 43-20. So, okay. The next one, let's see. We got the Vikings at the Packers. You picked the Packers. I picked the Vikings. Vikings won 24-10. So, you're not looking too good this week, Mom. Uh-oh.
I didn't pick the Vikings?
No, you picked the Packers, actually, which I'm surprised.
Yeah, me too.
No, wait. I'm wrong. You picked, you did pick the Vikings. I'm sorry.
I thought I did.
Sorry. I'm reading it wrong. I apologize.
It's all right.
All right, so you have the Saints and Colts. You picked the Colts.
Did.
The Saints won 38-27. So the Colts lost. So, okay. Then you got the Dolphins and the Pats. You picked the Pats.
Yes.
Dolphins won 31-17.
See, now I should have, some of the ones I chose last time, I didn't choose this time.
Well, you should have.
I know.
You should have. So, okay, where am I? Okay. The next is the Jaguars at the Steelers. You picked
Jaguars.
Yep, and so did. No. You're right. You picked the Jags. So did I. Where's the? Jaguars won 20-10. So, all right. Okay. Falcons at Titans.
I picked the Falcons.
So did I. All right. Also, I recorded. I had written this down badly. I'm gonna have to make sure I do better next time because I screwed a lot up. So Eagles at Commanders. All right. The score was Eagles at Commanders. Where is it? 38-31. The Eagles won 38-31. The Commanders scored 31 points. Wasn't expecting that, but the Eagles won 38-31. You had the Commanders. That wasn't too good. I had the Commanders as well. It's the fact that we want the Eagles to lose, and we're Giants fans, so we don't want any of those teams to do good. No. The Eagles, Cowboys, or Commanders. The Commanders is a horrible name.
It is.
They gotta change. They gotta do something better with that. That shouldn't even be in the NFL. So okay. Browns at Seahawks. You had the Seahawks. They won 24-20. All right, so you got that one. Next is the Ravens at Cardinals. You picked the Cardinals. The Ravens won. Oh, you did not do good this week.
Not as well as last week.
No, I did bad too. I was just going through it too, so I didn't really pay attention to the week before, the past week. So I've been doing some, but I should have paid more attention than what I have been. All right, so There's also, let's see, Kansas City at Broncos. You picked Kansas City. And the Broncos beat the Chiefs 24-9.
I know. What is up with the Chiefs?
Well, I thought I
rethink this whole thing.
I think that I thought I heard that Patrick Mahomes was sick. I thought I heard.
Maybe.
And there's that whole Taylor Swift thing with Kelsey. So. Yeah. I don't know. But I saw online that they started playing Taylor Swift music when they lost. So when the Broncos won, the Kansas City Chiefs lost, they started playing Taylor Swift music as, I guess, the Chiefs were walking off the field. Now that's funny. And I think it's going to happen more than once.
Could be, but I don't know. I'll have to see if I pick them again or not next week, because
we'll see.
If he was sick, that's one thing, but we gotta see what's going on.
I mean, I remember when Michael Jordan had the flu and he won a game or something like that.
I guess it all depends. So,
all right. So we have also the Bengals at the 49ers, and you had choose do you know who chose?
Bengals?
Yep, and the Bengals. Where is it? I thought they beat the 49ers 31-17.
Yeah.
So you got that one. And then there was the one we picked after we did the show because I forgot to actually put it in, was it the Raiders at the Lions? Yeah, the Raiders at the Lions. I think I forgot to put that in. And we both picked the Lions. Because that was Monday Night Football, and we went through it, but we didn't realize that I missed it until after we recorded it. So we did the show. So, and you were right. So you for the week. We got to include the Bills versus the Bucks, which you picked. What, the Buccaneers? Yes. So you are 6 from what it looks like. I'm gonna have to go over it. We'll go over it again. I'm gonna write this stuff better than I have been. It's sloppy, so starting this Sunday, I'm gonna write it much better so that way I can even read it better. You are 6-9 for this weekend. 6. You were right about 6, wrong about 9.
Right.
I think certain things happen. The Giants could have easily changed to where it was different. There's probably a couple games that could have come out different for you.
I'll see what I do for the next round.
So for the next weekend, you mean?
Yeah.
Well, we're going to be we're going to be, making the Thursday night pick, which the Thursday night game is between. This is week 9. It's between the Titans and the Steelers. Now, also, the Giants also traded Leonard Williams. I think Leonard is his first name. Because he was in the last year of his contract, so trading him for a second round pick is good because they'll get a second round pick. Because if he played the rest of the year, they would pay him, but they wouldn't have anything.
Yeah.
So now they still have to pay a bulk of the remainder of the season, but the other team is taking on a little bit, but they get a second round draft pick out of it. So it's not too bad of a draft pick. And if the Seahawks stumble, it could be a top 10 pick, top 15 pick in the second round. So they'll have their first round pick, and they're probably, if it continues to go this way, it'll be another top 5 pick probably. In the second round, they'll have a top 5 pick in the second round, plus maybe a top 15 pick in the second round if the Seahawks stumble and everything goes wrong for them.
Yeah, so maybe it'll work out for him anyway.
Yeah, I mean, he wanted a new contract, but
they didn't want to.
Yeah, they didn't renew it. So, and this is last year. I think Joe Shane, and I think Sheen, and that's how you say his last name, the GM, he took over the team last offseason, so I think he wants to make his team.
Yeah.
So I think anybody that's been there before he got there, it's going to open up cap space next year. That guy not being there, and they got a second round draft pick, so they could actually have cheaper players for 4 years if they get good in the first round and those 2 second round picks end up being really good, it's cheap and they can build the team better. So we'll see what happens with that.
Yeah. Could work out.
I'm very curious about that. I'm curious about the draft more now, what they're going to do. And we'll watch the rest of the season. Maybe they'll let Tommy DeVito actually throw.
I hope
because
so.
Daniel Jones, I don't think he's coming back this weekend. I wonder whether or not he'll come back this season. I mean, I know he had extra neck injury a couple of years ago, I thought. And he was out for a few games, or almost this season. So we'll see what happens with that. So to let you know the picks for the Titans versus Steelers. We didn't make those, did we? No.
I'm going to go with the Titans. Although the 49ers could do okay. I think I want to see how the Titans do.
Yeah, I mean, it was his first game, but he was possibly a first-round pick. I mean, he's coming into the game now, so teams may not be ready for him yet, even though they have the last week's game to watch. It's still, sometimes it takes a few games before teams figure out a person. So I'll go with the Titans too. The Steelers are okay, but I'm going to go with the Titans. So me and you are going with the Titans for tonight.
Yep.
All right. So we have, also, word of the day is retrospection.
And that means?
Retrospection means, where is it? The action, process, or faculty of looking back on things past. Basically, are you inspecting your past?
I'd rather
retrospection,
not.
You know what I mean? Like in retrospect.
Yeah.
But retrospection.
Yeah.
So, yeah. All right, so it's the action, process, or faculty of looking back on things past.
Yeah.
All right, so, all right. Also, dreams. You picked, for dreams, Mother, you picked sweet taste, right?
Yes.
All right, sweet taste. To dream of any kind of sweet taste in your mouth denotes that you will be praised for your pleasing conversation and calm demeanor in a time of commotion and distress. To dream that you are trying to get rid of a sweet taste foretells that you will oppose and deride your friends and will incur their displeasure.
Oh. What a way.
So what did you think it meant? I should have asked what you thought it meant before I said it. But
sweet taste, I just thought maybe something sweet or
you do realize the
nice.
whole... Yeah. Oh, okay. You do know that...
like a nice
the dream
time.
thing is foretelling something or an emotion you have. So you're saying sweet taste would have been something good that's happening in life?
Yeah.
Or good that's seemed to be going to happen?
Yeah,
but
I would have thought that.
But it's a little bit of... So if you have a sweet taste, then it's a good thing. But if you're trying to get rid of the sweet taste in your dream,
not
it's
so
bad.
Great.
Yeah, I guess it's not so good.
Yeah,
It's... All right, so... All right, next. Oh. The Santa Claus... the Santa Claus is the series that's taking place after the movie. You remember the Santa Claus movie?
Yes,
and all
I
that
do.
stuff. What did you think about this? The first Santa Claus movie? Because the first Santa Claus movie I thought was really good.
Yeah, it was. I definitely liked it.
What did you think of it? Like, what was good about it? What was bad about it? Or
I thought it was a little funny. I was a little surprised by it, but it was good. Tim Allen played in it, and he did very well.
Yeah, the first movie was great. The second movie was okay. The third movie wasn't as good as the first two. So it kind of went downhill somewhat in the third one. Who could you, other than Tim Allen, who could you have seen playing it? Robin Williams?
I don't know about Robin Williams so much.
Because Tim Allen is a comedian and he's funny, but he's like sometimes a serious, a little bit.
Yeah, and I'm not sure who along those lines.
John Travolta?
Perhaps, but I'm not sure of who else. I don't know if Owen Wilson.
Owen Wilson wasn't really even around back then.
No.
Yeah, so he wasn't really anybody back then. But I'm talking about at that time,
Kurt Russell.
Well, he did play Santa. He did do
did.
Santa in the Christmas Chronicles. He did okay as a Santa Claus.
Yeah, he did.
Well, John Travolta is doing that Santa Claus commercial where he's doing the whole Saturday Night Live thing. How do you think he looks as Santa? Does he not look like a Santa? I don't think he really looks that great.
He looks like an older Santa.
Like a
older.
Well, he's an old person now. But
I know, but he has that more like Tim Allen. It gradually came that he got older.
Okay, so
Kurt Russell, he looked older, but not older.
Okay, Mom, they're old. Right, also, okay, so with the Santa Claus series, it takes place after, and it gives an update. The first season was okay, but the second season, I think it's about him training his son at the North Pole to be Santa, but Charlie should have been taking that over. I understand he has a whole other feeling with that woman who's now Mrs. Claus, but they kind of made his son out to be like an idiot.
Yeah, I wish they would change that.
So maybe they'll make him smart in this one, or make him see that, or something like that. But I think it should be Charlie should have been more prevalent, because that's his first, and that was the one who showed him he is Santa. Remember, he forgot and he showed it to him. So I think Charlie should be taking over, and then his other son helping, and then eventually after, though, I'll take over or something. So, he's like teaching him how to take over, because I think eventually he has to give it up. Yeah. So, I mean, I'm going to be interested. It comes on November 8th, so I really want to watch that. So I think that's going to be that might be pretty good, funny and all that. So, I can't wait for that to come out. And that's going to be this Wednesday, actually, I think. So, so we'll see how that'll be. That'll be another thing to talk about, as well as Goosebumps as well. Also, don't forget that we're changing the clocks. That's Saturday, is it?
Yes, Saturday night. If anyone happens to be up at 2:00, all of a sudden in a split second it goes back to 1. So if you
imagine doing the night shift and you're checking the time, you forgot that it's changing clocks, and you go, wait a minute, it was just 2:00. Don't they get paid an extra hour? Because technically they're still there.
I would think.
So I think it works like an extra hour thing. So that's pretty. Yeah. So I know you don't like when the clocks change. Do you like is it going back or forward? It's going backwards, right?
Back. I don't mind when it goes back, as far as it gives me an extra hour.
No,
it does.
No. It does. Yeah.
It does mess with my sleep a little bit, but I seem to have that extra hour somehow.
Yeah. So it's all right, but it must suck in the middle of the night for people that work the night shift. I mean, they get an extra hour. But it's still it must be a little nerve-wracking. So
yeah.
All right. All right. Next, what we're going to talk about is Goosebumps, the 5th episode. Readers beware. Now, I looked, and there is no other. Back then, 30 years ago, there is no episode back then called Reader Beware. I think Reader Beware is the tagline for the book series. Uh-huh. Reader Beware, remember, in the original episodes, in the opening song, right, in opening sequence, it was, viewer beware, you're in for a scare.
Oh, yeah.
I think Reader Beware, you're in for a scare was a tagline. So there is I didn't see or notice any matching Reader Beware from 30 years ago. So I think Reader Beware was just a tagline from the books. That's all I can see or notice, unless there's one I missed. Okay, so in this one, Biddle, who has taken over and possessed, was it Mr. Bratt, right?
I think so, yeah.
Hold on, let me Bratt, yeah. Which is played by Nathan Lang, Justin Long. And Biddle took his body over and possessed him. So he has this book, which Biddle has the book, and he hands it to Margot.
Oh yeah, I think it was Margot.
Yeah. And so what happens is, what does she do? She opens it, and when she goes to a page,
yeah, she starts reading it, and it seems to show her
what happened back then.
Yeah.
Yeah, because she was in the library, and she opened the book that showed the library in the book.
Yeah.
And when she had touched the book and was looking at it, all of a sudden she looks up and she sees what's going on years ago, and her mother actually knew Biddle, and they were kind of friends. And I guess throughout that time, she was trying to get him to hang out with them.
Yeah, he didn't seem to like the people she hung out with, or
didn't feel comfortable with it,
yeah,
or
he just said he felt not too comfortable around them, and she said, "Oh, give them a chance."
Yeah, and then she went to different places.
Yeah.
And then she went to another place, because in the sequence, her mother says to Biddle, "Oh, I'll see you in the, what's the room for the dark room? Is that the red room or something like that for pictures,
room,
right? Dark room.
I think dark
for pictures."
room.
She goes in there to where it used to be. It was a different. It was the AV club or something like that. That's where it was now.
I think so.
She goes in there. She sees it from back then because she's touching and holding the book. So whenever she goes to a place within that book, she sees what was going on, or what the book, or what was going on at that moment concerning Biddle and whoever else was there. Then she goes to the theater, right? The theater room. But no, she tells everybody, and then she heads to theater, right?
I think it was that.
At school, right?
Yeah.
She opens it up. She's looking at the stage.
Yeah. And then I think Biddle, she was going to meet some of her friends.
Mother. She's seeing her mother in the flashbacks.
Yeah. Yes. And then Biddle, she was going to go see her friend.
They were on stage. They were on stage together.
And then Biddle, I thought, got upset and said, "No, stay here with me." And she said that, I think maybe it was her mother or something.
Whose mother?
Margot's mother.
Yeah.
I was going to meet someone, friends or something.
Yeah, but she's looking at people from back then because she's holding the book.
Yeah, and he wanted her to stay there. And
because he said he was scared because somebody's trying to hurt him or kill him or something like that, right?
But I think she told him she'd be back.
And
but
then
he got upset and grabbed her arm.
Yeah, and then she left. And then later on, what happened is that while she was under that spell of watching, her eyes turned black.
Yeah.
And Biddle, in whatever parallel place there is, grabs her while she's under that, brings her spirit or whatever to his house to show her what happened to him.
Yeah.
How he was set on fire and everything. And they all go to the same place, and they touch the book to go in that with her. They run down, grab her, bring her out of it.
Yeah.
And then they're all touching the book still, because, if you touch the book wherever the drawing is, you touch that book is what you're going to see.
Yeah.
And they see all their parents. They were the ones that
run outside.
Well, they were the ones that snuck in and broke into the place and caused the fire.
Right. So they ended up running outside, and then they saw their parents coming outside
because they're holding onto the book and looking.
Right. And the place catch on fire, and one of them said, "We need to go back in to get them," but then the fire got worse.
And all of them, they saw their parents as teenagers.
Yes.
So one of them said, "Let's go back in," but they said it's too late, and the fire got worse. Yeah. And then they let go of the book, and they said, one of them said, "Did our parents kill someone?"
Yeah.
What happened or something like that. And then Mr. Bratt, who is possessed by Biddle, comes out and says, "If you want to know, I can show you or tell you," or something like that. Yeah. And then the scene ends. So what did you think of the episode?
I think Well, at the ending, I'm thinking, no.
You don't want to go in?
Go back in.
But what did you think of the episode overall?
Different. I kind of liked it, but it
Do you like the mystery of it, like finding things out?
I like
mystery?
the mystery of it. Sometimes it's a little too eerie for me, but there's a story in there.
But they're taking all the stories and putting them together.
But,
so
yeah, but
this good.
I don't know if when he told them, oh, you want to know, come inside, if he would just tell them.
Or show them a little bit, or he's going to try to keep them there forever to where they're stuck like he is or was. Or
the house goes up or something.
Yeah, so because remember, Brat is possessed by Biddle. But Brat is actually a relative, isn't he? Of some kind down the line or something like that.
What's he?
I thought that's what it was. That he inherited the house.
Yeah, that's
so he was some sort of nephew or something like that. Yeah. Thought he inherited it or something. It was old. So,
I don't think it was that he bought the house.
No, I don't think so either. Because with what happened there, I don't think the people, when they got older, would want anybody there just in case. Because apparently it was dormant for a while, right?
I think.
Abandoned, basically, right? So, I mean, we could see what's going to happen, but I don't know. That was an interesting thing. It's been interesting, the fact that they've weaved all this together instead of being standalone episodes like it was 30 years ago. And the Reader Beware, I believe, is a tagline from the book. So I wasn't expecting that to be a title of. I should have. I mean, I probably would have done it too if I wrote books and then. Yeah. So it was pretty cool. So it's there's nothing to compare it to, because there was no episode called that. Which 30 years ago.
I was kind of surprised.
Yeah, I mean, unless I overlooked it, but I looked and looked and looked, and I didn't see it. You might be
right about it being
just a tagline for the books. Like the tagline for the series back then. Viewer beware, you're in for a scare. Yeah. So that could just be Reader Beware, you're in for a scare. That could be the tagline of the books.
Yeah. Could be.
I remember I read some of them, but I can't remember if that was the tagline. It probably was. All right, so on to the next one, which will be, hold on one second. All right, the next one is Night of the Living Dummy. This is episode 6 that we're going to be watching. So this was episode 5. Reader Beware was episode 5. The next one, episode 6, is Night of the Living Dummy. So what do you think is going to happen in that one? Do you think anything specific, or...
Could be, but is that the dummy
that he was looking for? He said Nora has? Yeah. Or that's what he was talking about? I think so, because the box that he looked in looked like a dummy might be in that box or something like that. Because he said, where is he? Who has him, or something like that? Or they took him, or they have him, or whoever. When he opened that, a couple episodes before, when he opened that case, right, or whatever it was, he was saying him. Where's he? Like he, and so it's probably Slappy the dummy from the series.
Why is it living dummy?
Not a living dummy, probably because it's alive and living.
Ooh, scary thought.
Or he makes it come alive, or it's part of the whole thing because he died and stuff and it's back now. So we'll see what happens, because Slappy is the biggest. I think he might be the star of the series, like the most well-known, coming from the Goosebumps books. Oh, I think he's the character that might be the most known. I mean, think about it. In the movies, which was basically more comedy, basically, with Jack Black, but he played R.L. Stine. Remember? Oh. He played R.L. Stine in those Goosebumps movies. Remember the movies? Yeah. And Slappy was one of the
characters.
Yeah. So and he was mad at R.L. Stine. Remember, he wrote the books. He put them away. lock them up, and then kids find them and open them up, and they all become alive.
Oh, yeah,
Okay,
yeah.
so,
Now
yeah.
I remember.
All right.
I had to think for a moment.
Yeah, so-
Now I know what you're saying.
So, all right, we'll leave it at that then, because Reader, where was, we just watched, and I Live in Dummy is next, so we'll see how they are, and yeah. Are you looking forward to it?
A little bit.
Just like what happened and why, and why does she have, if Nora has Slappy, why?
Yeah.
So
really?
yeah, so there's 10 episodes for this first season. If there's going to be a second season, I don't know yet. I haven't heard anything or read anything. So we're on episode 6, 7, and 8, and then 9, 10. So all right, so we'll leave it at Goosebumps then. We'll leave it at that for now. All right, well, this has been another episode of One Mic Conversations with me, Skittzo, and my mother.
K. Sands.
And we're out. Thanks for listening.